Greetings, Tecmo Super Bowl fans. This is Trojan. Today I have a solo commentary game here from our GBLAN online Tecmo Super Bowl tournament between Darthrockman as the Chicago Bears and Lincoln Hawk as the Cincinnati Bengals. Let's get this game started. So Darthrockman called this matchup, and I think Lincoln Hawk probably wanted to have the benefit of a David Fulcher as well as maybe just a little more of a balanced attack with having a mobile quarterback. I know newer players get a little hesitant to use a little passing control quarterback like Tom Zach or Harbaugh. And I expect to see a lot of runs to the bottom. It looks like Darthrockman has runs going at Fulcher all day here. And with his tapping advantage here, we most certainly will have, expect to see him running all over with Anderson in this game. So, looks like a first play here, run one. He already has a first down. Darthrockman and I have a similar tapping ceiling in that 17-18 range. We played a game once and we basically split our taps most of the game. So he's a user of the dog bone controller and very, very knowledgeable player in the game. He's actually done some commentary with me. Here we do have a called play, third down coming up here, and we'll see if he goes to the pass or if he sticks with a run here. A possible run three coming up. Not sure what the delay here is. I did find out, just talking to Lincoln Hawk, there was some lag experienced in this game. Looks like run three is called. So, Darthrockman showing there he's not afraid to go with a run three on third and long, but most likely here they're just waiting for a leg to kick in here. Yeah, they're just moving the controller about a little bit, so apologize for this delay. You don't see the leg in the way that we do most of these replays because they're sent to us in an emulator file, and then the inputs are then put back into our real-time, so it's no longer real-time as it was recorded. It's real-time as far as the length of time the emulator took to process the inputs, so hopefully this cleans up here soon. So, be interested to know in the comments what your thoughts are on this matchup. Which team would you prefer and why? Have you played this matchup in a tournament before? Who did you use and how did you do? Well, we've established that the A button works here. So, Lincoln Hawk is, of course, a reference to the Sylvester Stallone starred movie Over the Top, which is about arm wrestling and guy he has a son who's in a prep school and he wants to see his son while he's driving truck, and the journey brings them together and he ends up winning the arm wrestling championships. Not the worst Stallone movie ever. It's definitely has a lot of 80s feel to it. Finally, we get back to action here, and Darthrockman has punted. So, Darth, a big fan of Star Wars, and Rock Band, which is the Japanese version of the Mega Man video game franchise. So, looks like we have a run to Brooks, 4 yards on first down. I'd expect to see a lot of Singletary being used in this game, single back formation. And this time he's going to carrier. Run three is called. Nice job. Just containing the damage there. If you don't call run, it can be tough to stop that, but nice job by Darth there holding up that play. This time going to the QB sneak. And against this defense, if you don't know for sure, he's taking Singletary. Not that necessarily the best play caller. Nice pass there to Brooks. Dent not quite close enough to engage in a dive there. Damage is done on the first down. He's down here. Looks like he's running up top here in the general direction of carrier, 3 yards. And I think that's something Darth is content to give up all game here. Neil Stinson now is chosen, and hangs onto the ball again, and I think the QB sneak is not going to be effective for him in this game. I think utilizing maybe an offset play. This time it looks like he went with a pass 2 down to the tight end, and that's very dangerous against the secondary. They have high interception ratings down there. The proper location usually on that called play is to try to go up to wide receiver 1, and this is going to be a missed field goal here. Indicator was just too low when you're on the bottom hash. It needs to be slightly above you to have a straight shot in. And looks like here we have the offset play. It's a good job of Fulcher popcorning, but Bailey is too far along in the process here. And you're kind of be picking your poison here because Darthrockman, if he makes you start calling run, will just start to walk around with Tom Zach and throw to who he wants. So he's going down to RB2 here. Dangerous pass just because of the control factor, but it works out. And then we have ourselves the first touchdown of the game by Tom Zach. Get it done through the air, and Darthrockman usually a very good decision maker through the air. Plays smart football, keeps it on the ground, uses the tapping advantage, and when people start to creep up on that run, that's the kind of thing that he'll do is make you pick your poison through the air. Sorry about that phone call. I forgot to silence my phone there. So, but we do these in one take, so you get to hear who called. I won't tell you who it was though. All right, so we have Carrier slowing up Brooks there. Second down 4. Carrier again back to 1-3, and I wonder if if Darthrockman will start to peel off and start calling run, or if he's more likely to just kind of leave things as they are. The CIN and bad, you should definitely check Wilhelm's condition. Wilhelm has a little more optimal delivery trajectory, although he's easier to jump pick for the defense. And really no change here, so you didn't even check Wilhelm. Wilhelm doesn't have quite as much passing speed, which, again, if you have a call, say pass 2, better chance of completing one of your guys. And not quite enough help there from the blockers, and Darth is able to tap his way to a tackle there, and now we have looks like pass 3 out of the pro set, and Holman's covered, and that's a very dangerous throw again. So 3rd and 11 coming up here. Sison and bad, he'll be running at a 13 MS. So pass 1 is the call. Nice burner out there up to Brown. Nice play there by Lincoln Hawk. Sometimes you call that play, the CB1 will not cover for some reason. Likes to come up to the RB1. Darth playing really good defense. They're not getting sucked up behind the line where you could have an accidental collision with an offensive player. He's just waits for that optimal moment where he can make contact without worrying about a blocking penalty. And now we have another completion up top. Taps look pretty close there, but I don't think Darthrockman was too worried about that in that situation. Emil Stinson again looks like he's going to go with it. DB1 position, run 3 this time. Darthrockman says, nope, you're not getting that play. You're not going to win with that play. We have pass 4 here. And this time throws to a covered wide receiver, leads to an interception. This defensive secondary, you can't be making throws to cover players like that. On a called play, situationally, you might be able to get away with some of that, but really you're just asking for an interception in that situation, especially against Carrier. So Muster's in bad. May want to consider maybe changing him out on the return game just for the ball control factor. On the kick return, punt return doesn't really matter so much because the hitting power is still a lot better. So I think he's got it backwards here. Bozo should be in on the kick return, not the punt return. So pass 1 here. Everyone's open. Let's see if he actually gets it to him. And yes, Morris is now open. And potential situation here. Out tapping, and now the zigzag. Nice pass. Nice zigzag. Morris ain't the fastest guy in the field, but sure looked like it there. Getting in the end zone. Quick score for Mike Tomzak. Nice play, Darthrockman. So, 2-score lead here. Extra point is good. And that's the danger of turning the ball over. So, just like that, the tide is, the gap is wide in here. We'd probably be looking, maybe at the opportunity for another field goal. That would be something that Lincoln Hawk will want to work on. But we could have been looking at a 7-6 game with him going in that possession there, or even a 14-6 game, and now it's 14-0. 28 seconds here. It's going to be hard to get away to get this ball, let the receivers down the field. The receivers of the Bengals aren't super speedy. They have some reception ability, but really the strength is in like a James Brooks, and I think he should be in a receiving slot right now going down the field. And I'm going to guess this is probably either run 3 or get this pass 2. Sometimes the guys want to get a little more room before they make that last chuck. Goes up to Green, who's probably not the right guy, and then we have another interception. And Wisely Wilford maneuvers out of bounds. A fumble there would have been tough to deal with for Darthrockman, so just takes his pick, ends the half. Very, very hard to return an interception in Tecmo Super Bowl from that kind of distance unless you have a called play, and then your DBs retain the movement speed from the called play. So, all right, so Ickey Woods here. The one thing redeeming here for Lincoln Hawk, he does have the first possession, but Woods not moving too well here. And on a kick return, they typically don't. So Eddie Brown isn't good. Holman's in bad. Not a bad situation here. You're going to be passing probably. To consider maybe putting James Brooks in as the second wide receiver and maybe going with Harold Green for your running back, just because he can get down the field. I mean, nice run here, but you want to get that speed on the field. Maybe start stealing after this possession. That's something I'll definitely do if you don't get the points on the board. A lot of times when you make a move like that, the opposing player will get really paranoid, call pass to take it away, and then the running game opens up even with a slower guy like a Harold Green. It's not that much of a downgrade with the playbook he has, where he should still be able to get the 5 yards he's been getting anyway. In this situation, he's probably going to key on blips a little bit more. Really fortunate for Lincoln Hawk there. None of the blockers made any sort of contact with Carrier. So we have 4th and 5 here, and he's going for it. And instead of running forward the line of scrimmage here, just throws it up to Brown. We'll see what happens. Ball's complete. So one thing that you need to do as a quarterback in Tecmo Super Bowl is you need to be able to threaten that run. And if you run backwards, now the player can go back into coverage and not worry so much about it because he'll have time to respond and then run to stop the quarterback run. So in that situation, he needed to stay near the line. It also takes longer for the ball to get there when you throw it. So, and now deciding is you want Tomzak or Harbaugh. Harbaugh's passing speed, a little better conditions for running around. Probably what he's going to stick with here. But yes, Bozo should be anyone but Muster in this situation just because of the ball control factor. Unless Muster is back into average, I couldn't see, but well, looks like Muster's going to stay in that situation, and if he scores here, it's probably really not going to matter. But we have a run through here, Bailey wisely just taking it out of bounds. I like what he's doing here with the more popular sweep style plays. with Bailey as opposed to Anderson, because still really good plays with Bailey in them, but oftentimes people aren't likely to key on that as much just because of Anderson being the stud on the team. Nice run by Harbaugh. And this, I'm wondering if he which is he threw that ball. This is, if Francis doesn't block this here, we're looking at a 3-possession game. And this is pretty low. We'll see if it goes in. And it does doink in, so doesn't want to wait for that potential animation. Just mashes the button, and now we have a 3-possession game here for Darthrockman. And in this situation, I would like to see something of a James Brooks substitution into the wide receiver 2 slot. Still provide some blocking down below. Looks like he's probably calling pass for a run 2, and it's run 2. And Brooks in the clear. Single back formation. Only 2 yards there. Really hard for that play to be effective when you don't have tap advantage. Brooks being a very good runner. Oh, and Mike Singletary, a drone, takes care of Asias, and that really hurt there. And now we see run 3 again. And 4th and 2, and you know, if this doesn't work out here for Lincoln Hawk, this is probably the game. And he gets his 2 yards. No fumble this time. And Darth doing a good job that even though he gave it the first down, is forcing the action back inside. If a fumble animation does kick in, better chance for his defense to pick that up. Richard Dent on defense. Now this play has been called. And now we have a huge loss on the play. 16-yard loss on first down. You know, in that situation, I think you just have to run forward and take it if you're not going to be able to dial through and throw that ball. Dent having decent interception stats, and we have a nice completion there. Gets a bit of a burn route there, and now he's got 3rd and 6, which is very manual down distance. I'm sure I like this play in this situation. Again, we've really seen it not be effective. I understand you have to call it once in a while just to keep someone honest, but he's not doing a good enough job of juking and avoiding that action. So we know that Darth has taps, any runs that involve a one-on-one isolation with no blocking help are just not going to work out. So comes back up to Woods, who's the tight end, and now that's a turnover on down. So 3:46 left in the game. As player 2, Darth would really have to screw things up to lose this one, and just keeping it on the ground and not even really worrying about winding the clock here. He's just, I think at this point he's actually more interested to see if he can get more points for point differential. So Anderson with the run. Zigzag pattern initially was kind of more subtle. If he went a little more sharp on that, I think he could have gotten free from that initial pack. They would have all caught up together. That's one thing when you're zigzagging. Once you're in the clear, you want to do the minimal movements, but sometimes you got to get those guys grouped up in such a way where you need to do the larger. It's a subtlety. 2nd down and 1. Hard to see a Harbaugh run here. Yep, and we've got 11 to 10. I don't even know if he's tapping that fast right now. He's just moving ahead here. Offset I formation, Fulcher. We have a possible burn route. And Francis gets through. Lincoln Hawk fighting for honor and pride here. Darthrockman fighting for better seating. The only open guy besides the tight end down below, and it's dropped. So 3rd and 18. Let's see if he goes conservative here and goes for a field goal. Brad Muster popcorning the defensive back, and now we've got 1st and goal from the 6. Nice completion there by Darthrockman. Fulcher She does a good job of eliminating some of those blockers. Multiple guys open, calling a run here, and it's a touchdown. Too many guys open, really hard to defend that in that situation. So nice job there by Darthrockman getting the touchdown from Harbaugh to Johnny Bailey. And this looks to be about a 24-point game here. I imagine this may be kind of where it ends. Lincoln might be able to chuck one up at the end here and see if it can come down with some points. But just a formality now. So I wanted you to let us know what you think about this matchup. Again, in the comments, let us know who you like to be and why. Every play style is a little different, so interested to know what your perspective is on it here. If you have a cold play. We have a lot more videos in this playlist that are all related to this tournament, and we've begun the bracket play session. So what you're watching is a group play game. Pass goes up to Holman here, and it's incomplete. Oh no, it's intercepted. So Stinson just getting out of bounds. That'll end it here, folks. So 24-0 your score. Darthrockman over Lincoln Hawk. Darth, I think, is either the 1 or 2 seed in his group. 100% completion with Tom Zach before swapping over to Harbaugh. I know he had a dropped one later in the game, but Neil Anderson, 37 yards on the ground, not a lot for this team, but really not a deterrent here. He had short fields to work with multiple fourth down turnovers, and Ron Morris had one big grab there at the end. Other than that, it was just play smart football, and Darthrockman shows his veteran savvy by taking this one 24-0. So we'll see these guys in another game. We'll see if Lincoln Hawk, with the matchup that he calls, if he has a little better luck against Darthrockman. And so wanted to thank you all for watching this. Again, like the video if you did, and thumbs down if you didn't. Subscribe if you want to see more of our tournament and online Tecmo in general. And thanks again for watching. We will catch you next time on GBLAN Online Tecmo.